Hello all, welcome to Lightbeam Corporation demo series. Enterprise Inventory Management System is a software to manage your service and sales. This can help you for a bike, a tractor or any vehicle, or for batteries, tires or any other inventory of that kind. Let's start with the service. So this is the software. This is a desktop app. Uh, so just clicking on it will open the app. So now let's go to the service. So clicking of new service and choose the category. So here we have tractor, bike and battery, but normally for an organization it will be either bike, tractor or battery or tires. So clicking off that, you can see that different kinds of service we have pre-configured. Let's say this Bajaj bike service, we have the price as 944 and pending is 3 items. That is, when our customer comes with the Bajaj bike, and you can tell the minimum price as 944 minimum, it will take 944, and as and we know that there are 3 items already pending. That is, we already have 3 bike registered with us for services, and based on that we can tell the customer how much time it will take. We can give an estimate when this bike can be delivered. Now let's say the customer agrees for servicing. Click on it, and here we can register the bike, and here below we can register the customer. So we can search for existing customer as well. So we can search existing customer and add it. So I'm adding an existing customer. The same way you can search and add an existing customer as well. So we have the Bajaj Pulsar and the existing customer. Just click on it, and we have the service page. So this is the page where we register the service, and here we can choose the delivery date. So here assume that we are going to deliver on 6th. We can choose the delivery date 6, and these are the pre-configured charges for this service. So we can see that the water wash, labor and petrol is there, and if you want to add any additional charge, you can add any charge. And the same way, these are the default spares which we assume that needs to be changed on every services. So those are things we have added. If you don't want anything, you can just uncheck it and add it. And if you want to add any new spare, you can click on it and you can add the new spare. So we already have oil seal, so I'm just removing it. And here we have the complaint section, so you can get the user complaint, whatever the complaint which the user. So here we user wants the engine oil is leaking and the 4 coils needs to be changed. So here you can sparse, you can see if there is anything which needs to be added. So I'm leaving it. So once we click on save, the service will be registered. That is, we have taken the request. So now when we go to the new service, you can see that the pending is 4. That is, we have taken another bike now. And there is a service search here. Click on it, and you can see the service search, and this is the one which we created just now. So you can see these are the things here. So assume that now the engineer has been completed the service, and we are good for delivering the product. And now when the engineer comes up, and if say engineer wants to add additional charges, say for example the 4 coil change, and you can add this changes here, any charges, extra charges. And the same way, if you want any spares to be added, you can click on it and add that as well. On clicking of that, the service will be saved, and then the final step is the generate bill. That is, this will generate the bill for the service. So this, on clicking of this, we ensure that the service has been work has been completed. So here we have an option to generate service and spare as separate bill. That is, some organization wants to keep the spare as a sales bill and the service as a separate thing. So if you want to do that, you can do that. In this case, you can just click on it. leave it empty and just click on it, okay, and you can see that both the things comes in the same way. And in case if you want to generate a separate thing, you can see that how this comes. You can see the two bills are generated. This one is service and other is invoice. And you can click on print and it will print the service bill. So for example, service only bill 1. So now you can see that the service bill, and you can see that the bike and what are the different changes and what is the total price and tax and the customer details and the organization tax and this total amount and how the tax grouping has been done. The same way you can print this bill as well, the sales bill as well, and you can give it to the customer. So you have the spare bill, you can print it and give it to the customer. The same way you have the same thing and the tax grouping. So now we can see that the total amount is 4294. Okay, so you can, what you can do is we can get the payment here. So assume that the customer is paying together 4294. So here you can take the cash and you can see that amount is paid is 4294, but it is partial payment because this invoice is not paid. So here also you need to make the payment. So I'm going to take this amount from this service. So just click on it, make a payment. Here we have an option from invoice, and you can, in the reference, you can give the invoice number and the amount. What is the amount here? 2760. So this is the amount we are deducting from that invoice. So that means this amount has been deducted from this cash paid, and you can see the total amount is still remains of 4294 and the status is completed. So with this the service has been completed and we have delivered customer has paid and we are good to deliver the product. Now let's look at this in quotation. So now if you go to help desk quotation, new quotation, you can choose on the bike, and here we have different bikes, we have all the bikes and what are the quantities we have. Just click on the quantity, you will see different types of things. Here we have black, blue and one quantity. These are the quantities we have. In shine we have red and black. So let's say we take on the red one, and even if it is a 0 we can still give the quotation. And here we have the price split up and the different fittings we are going to ship along with this thing. So it's an optional, so if you don't want anything we can remove it. So we have all the accessories and the quotation is for together all this thing, and here you can enter the customer details, and we have the purchase as cash or finance. So finance, what are the finance notes we have, we can enter that. For 12 months 5000 or 10 months 6000. So we have the finance notes here, and these are the things we are going to, these are the products for which the quotation is applicable. Just click on the print, it will print to the quotation. And here you can see that the product and the price breakup and what is the final amount, and then the fittings. Here you can see that the fitting is total this one and the fitting breakup is here, and then the purchase notes. What are the purchase notes we have, the total amount and the bank details. Now let's see the invoice, how does the invoice works. So here again we are going to choose the bike. So we have the Honda Shine. On here we can see that it will list only the items which we have. Here we can see that this is the engine number, chassis number, and this is the color, and we have this quantity. Click on it, and the same way you to list you the price breakup and all the accessories. Click on it, you can see that these items Next, here again we can enter the customer details, or so here you can see that this is the bike, and below is the accessories and the GST and the tax information, everything, and the tax breakup and the customer details, everything. So now the amount is 87,068. You can click on the payments to get the payment. So we can make multiple payment as well. So for example, here we can make 50,000 here. So that means 50,000 has been deducted. Remaining is 37,068. So which we'll take it from us as a cash. So now you can see that the remaining due is 0 and invoice has been completed. The same way we have the other module, the inquiry, where we can, whenever the customer comes and inquires something, you can capture the details and keep a track of the history of whatever the follow-up action we did. So all these things we can do it in the inquiries section. And apart from that, there is an inventory tab where we can configure all the or manage all the stocks. You can, that's how the stocks comes into the system, and the product we can configure here. And also we can configure services as well. So you may look our other videos for more details on how these things are done. We'll meet again in the next video. Thank you for your time.